In this episode, we head to the birthplace of RVs, where we visit a Hall of Fame. We have to change out some bolts to try to get rid of a clunk.
Ah, got it. That's the satisfying click I wanted.
And we take you to an RV surplus store that specializes in replacement parts for your Brinkley.
Good morning, kids. We are leaving Sandusky, Ohio.
Sorry I yelled.
That's okay. You can yell. What'd you think of Sandusky, Ohio?
Surprisingly, I liked it.
Right?
Why would I put us up here if I didn't think I was going to like it? This was kind of a go in between two major spots. But the little downtown was really cool. We went to a brewery down there. The park was nice, quiet, even though it's next to a major road.
And it was a busy weekend. I mean, there was a lot of people. This place filled up, but it was still quiet. So good on you, Ohio campers, for, being respectful, quiet campers.
Right? We went to Put-in-Bay, which was just a blast.
Put-in-Bay was a ton of fun.
That's the adult fun zone.
Oh, Gracie's talking to somebody that's walking by. Can you talk? Tell them hi. Hi.
Okay.
Good talking,
Just
ma'am.
out exercising.
Today we don't have too long of a drive. It's about 2.5, 3 hours. We are heading over to the birthplace of all RVs. We're going to be around Elkhart. We're actually staying in Shipshewana, which is a lovely little Amish town. We're going to go back to the RV museum because the last time we went there it didn't work out so well because there was all kinds of stuff going on. You said you got some other things planned.
Oh gosh, yeah, there's actually a lot to do.
All right, Tony Tao says there's lots to do. So we're going to get on the road. We're going to head over to Shipshewana.
We're also going to do a Brinkley tour.
And we are going to do a Brinkley tour. I don't know if we're going to be able to film any of it. Hopefully we can, but we're going to do a Brinkley tour as well.
Very nicely.
We'll ask them very nicely. Yes. All right, we're out of here. We will see you in Shipshewana. Black tank stuff, kids. You got to make sure you glove up. These are supposed to be the XL gloves. They don't feel like XL gloves. Got the water meter so that we can make sure we don't put too much water in the black tank when we're flushing it. When I turn the black tank flush water on, I always turn it on really slow just because I don't want it to hammer that backflow preventer valve under the sink. Black tank is filling for the flush. It's got about 4.5 minutes left on it. So while that timer is gonna go off and let me know when I have to go back there and turn the water off, in the meantime, I'm gonna pack up the Starlink.
Feel so right. I think I'll break the skins out tonight. I'm gonna go out and have a good time. Ain't nothing gonna...
All right, so I figured out what happened with the gloves. So, as expected, it was me. XLs, those are the ones that I just bought. Turns out this is the old box. I need the double XLs. So apparently I got bigger meat hooks than I thought I did. So sewer is disconnected. Now it's time to disconnect water. What I do is when we're traveling, I always keep about 20, 25 gallons of water in the tank. Tony has already done dishes. We've already showered. So technically we don't need any more water before we hook up and pull out. But since there's water in that fresh tank, I'm just going to turn the pump on. If something comes up, we need a squirt of water or somebody has to use the toilet before we're ready to go, then the water's in there. The pump's on. It's ready to go. All right, let's unhook the water. And then the next thing I do is turn the Nautilus to power tank fill so that any pressure in the line releases into the tank. All right, now we just put the Nautilus into dry camp and turn on the water pump. Now Tony has whatever water she needs, and now I just gotta get us to hitch height, pull in the slides first, then get us to hitch height, unhook the power, and then we're gone. Move day, rain day. This seems to be the summer of having mechanical issues for us. On our way into Shipshewana, we discovered that as I was taking off from a stop with the truck and trailer, every time I started to accelerate, we would get this clunk, this kind of clunky, clangy sound. And I'm still not sure where that's coming from. Now, I don't know if it's just that the ball for our gooseneck, the actual drop-in ball, developed a little bit of play in it, and that's what I'm hearing, because I can grab it and move it around, and it moves about a 32nd of an inch, not a lot, but that could be enough to make that sound. I sent a text to Mike Confer over at Camping with the Confers, because he has the same setup that we do. And I said, hey, have you ever experienced this, you know, feeling this clunk or hearing this clunk? His comment to me was, new clunks are never a good thing, which I agree. And he suggested that I take a look at where the gooseneck hitch hooks to the trailer. And when we first bought the rig, there was a regular 5th wheel pin box on it, and our dealer had to remove that and put the Gen White gooseneck on. Now, I don't know if this is the cause of the clunk. I still don't know, because I'm in the process of doing this. But I did discover something. When our dealer, who pretty much goofed up every upgrade we had them do, I now realize that they kind of goofed up the gooseneck installation. How did they goof it up? When you connect that hitch to the trailer, you're supposed to use grade 8 bolts. Well, there was 4 grade 8 bolts in there, 5 on one side, 3 on the other, and then the other bolts that they had in there were grade 5 bolts. I don't know where they came from. Maybe they came from the old pin box and they just put them in as extra bolts, which it's kind of a good thing, but still, to use grade 5 instead of grade 8, not a good idea. So how do you know the difference between a grade 5 and a grade 8? Well, on the front of a bolt, and again, I will get close-ups on this, there are lines that kind of radiate out towards the edge of the bolt. This is a grade 5 bolt. You can see a line there, and a line there. Those are the 3 lines that tell you it's a grade 5 bolt. This one has 6 little lines on it. That means it's a grade 8 bolt. Again, you can see there's 6 lines emanating out from the center. That means grade 8 bolt. What's the difference between a grade 8 bolt and a grade 5 bolt? The grade 8 bolt is much stronger. It can take a lot more punishment before it's going to break. And as Mike Confer said yesterday when I was texting with him, can we just all agree that we can just use grade 8 bolts, especially on something as heavy as a 5th wheel? Why anybody would use grade 5 is just beyond me. So this morning, my job is to pull all of those grade 5s out of there and replace them with a grade 8. One other point on this, if you are just new to RVing and you have to go and buy yourself a torque wrench, buy one that will go higher than 150 pounds, because I have one that goes up to 150 pounds. And of course, the torque specification on these is 160 pounds. So I had to buy a new torque wrench as well. All right, I am gonna go pull these bolts out and put new bolts in. I'll film a little bit of it, not the whole thing because that would be boring, but I'll film a little bit of it. I'm just gonna reuse the flat washers that are currently on the rig, and then I got all new lock washers to install. The last thing, this is called, in the video production industry, an apple box. It's something that I'm gonna use to sit my fat butt on while I'm doing this. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do, gonna reuse that flat washer, and let's get this bolt in there. We might have to spin it in a little bit. Ah, got it. That's the satisfying click I wanted. Class 8, Class 8, Class 8, Class 8, Class 8, Class 5. We got one more on this side. We got to get out of here. It's going to be a pain right down to the last bit. I think I'm going to pull instead of push so that I don't whack my head on something. All right, I'm gonna switch to the other side and get the other bolts. I'm not gonna show you all of that. You saw this, that's more than enough.
Putting all the new Class 8 bolts took about an hour, but unfortunately didn't solve the clunk issue. We'll have more on that later in the video.
what's the plan for today, Tony Tao?
We are going to the RV museum.
The RV Hall of Fame and Motorhome Museum, I think is the full proper name.
Then we're going to bring Gracie back, and we're going to go to Brinkley tour.
Yay! We have decided to do something fun while we're going through here. We're going to play a game. We're going to look at all of these RVs, and we're going to play a game called Better Than a Brinkley. So we'll look at the RV, and then we'll let you know if that RV is better than a Brinkley. All right, so behind us is a 1935 Bolus trailer. You can actually find these Bolus trailers new nowadays. The company is still making them. It's kind of like an Airstream, but it looks a little bit more like a Bullet.
Like something out of that Rocket Man.
Yeah, something out of the Rocketeer. That's probably a really good explanation. Better than a Brinkley? Again, style-wise, yes. Substance-wise, no. There's no way. There's no way I could live in that.
Yeah.
But they are just absolutely beautiful.
Next up was a house car from the 1930s. It was built on a Chevrolet chassis. And it had this interesting integration for its turn signals. The house car was owned by actress Mae West and was used to house her on set. Basically the original Star Wagon. It even had a back patio.
Behind us is something, this is like probably the first RV trailer that I can remember like as a kid seeing. This is a 68 Jayco tent trailer.
That was the year I was born.
That was the year you were born. Your mom might have had a trailer just like this one.
Probably. I do remember pulling a tent trailer in my teens. Yeah.
I remember staying out in the desert with you when your mom had that
In the tent trailer, yeah.
Tent trailer. You had like a hand crank that you had to crank the whole thing up and the sides would come out.
Hers was a Fleetwood though, not a Jayco.
Was it a Fleetwood?
Yeah.
All right, so tent trailer, better than a Brinkley?
God, no.
I would agree, absolutely not.
Ford was also represented with this early house car. It even had a wood-burning stove for heat. But the driver's seat didn't look all that comfortable.
Next up was a 1954 Shasta canned ham. Why was it called a canned ham? Well, have you ever seen a canned ham?
I do remember seeing a lot of these around. You can still see these on the road.
Yeah. In fact, they do replicas of them now because they're so cute.
There's a manufacturer that does like knockoffs of these that are modern.
They're adorable though.
But better than a Brinkley?
No.
I would agree. Style-wise, better than a Brinkley?
We love retro stuff.
Yeah. All right, Brinkley, if you're listening, we want a vintage rig with modern innards.
Right? And as big as what we have because we live full time. We need a big house.
Yes. For those of you that own those Newmar Country Air Class A's, did you know that it started as a travel trailer? Behind us is a 1980 Newmar Country Air. Did you notice it had a full bath in there?
No, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it had a full tub, like a bathtub. The other thing that we discovered while we were in there was that you could shoot a 1950s sitcom in that trailer.
Because they had the Lucy and Desi bed set up, separated by a nightstand.
Yep, single bed.
Wouldn't want couples sleeping together in the same bed.
God, no, not in the 50s.
There was, of course, the Bird Wander Lodge, made famous in the Route 66 series from KYD. The Route 66 upholstery is still looking good.
There was a 1970s GMC with its innovative front-wheel drive and a snazzy matching interior. And a home build created on a Cadillac chassis.
But then we laid our eyes on something that started us, well, feeling groovy.
Behind us is the Travico 290. I have no idea what year it was made, but I will guarantee you it's somewhere in the 1970s. The inside of this rig is absolutely insane. The upholstery is wild.
I had no pea shirt that had those same colors on it in the 70s.
Does have a full bathtub. One downside, they did put shag carpet throughout, That's not the downside. The shag carpet is a beautiful choice. The problem is that they carried it into the bathroom. Don't do that.
That was such a 70s trend.
The Travico 290 Shaggin' Wagon,
Shaggin' wagon.
better than a Brinkley?
Oh, it's close.
That's a tough one.
It does put off couples vibe. Couples of couples vibe. So Brinkley, don't do that. Don't put off the couples with couples vibe. Don't do that.
Yeah, this thing should absolutely come with a complimentary upside down pineapple shirt.
Right?
I don't know, better than a Brinkley. This one's too close to call for me.
It's something.
It's way too close to call.
Loaded with vintage trailers and motorhomes? The RV Hall of Fame really is a must-visit place if you're in the Elkhart area.
Hey, Tony Tal, what you doing?
I am cutting up bacon.
Hold on, let's see the bacon. Yum. Why are you just cutting up bacon?
Because bacon is so expensive these days. I bought this packaged bacon from one of the grocery stores that we visited, and it turns out they're all like unevenly sliced, so when I go to cook it for breakfast, it doesn't cook up very well and evenly. So now I'm just slicing it up, and I'm going to bake it all up at once to use in either a dip or a salad.
Nice. That's a nice cooking tip. So, hey, what happened with the whole Brinkley tour thing?
So we did set up a Brinkley tour, and we did go to it. Unfortunately, we couldn't film, and anything that we filmed, we would have to get permission to use. So we decided not to film at all and actually just enjoy the Brinkley tour, which we thoroughly did. Unfortunately, the week that we were there, a lot of the staff was off, so we didn't really get to see things being built, but they walked us through the whole process of it being built, the different sections, and they were all labeled on the floor, which was really cool. The person that led the tour was great. We asked a lot of questions. He answered them. If he didn't know the answer, he said he'd get back to us. So it was just a very thorough, enjoyable tour to see how this beast is built.
All right, so what about the clunk issue we were having?
Well, I think we found a solution, and here's Mike to tell you what it is.
So as it turns out, the clunking that we were experiencing was what I expected. Apparently it looks like the goose ball, the B&A or B&W goose ball that we have, has developed a little bit of play in it. We discovered this by taking the rig over to Gen Y, and a quick shout out to all of the folks over at Gen Y. I called them up and spoke to Caesar. He said, yeah, bring the thing over if you're in the neighborhood, we'll take a look at it. So we ran the rig over there. There was 3 people that took a look at it. Caesar, Ashley, and Tom. Unfortunately, Tom's not pictured in that picture. But they inspected the hitch both on the outside and had us unhook and inspected it on the inside to make sure that it wasn't a problem with their hitch. So we got the clean bill of health on the hitch. Then Tom jumped up into the back of the truck and he started moving that goose ball around, and we immediately heard the exact same sound that we heard when we got that clunk. So it's coming from just, I think, normal wear and tear on that B&W goose ball. I think part of that was caused by me. For some OCD reason, I always set that goose ball so that the handle that folds up and down was pointing towards the front of the truck. And I think by having it constantly in the same direction may have caused a little bit of uneven wear on that ball where it goes into the receiver. So I think from here on out, every time we tow, I'm just gonna spin that handle a little bit, just so that it gets a little more even wear all the way around that hitch. All right, so that's what our problem was. Now we can relax and not worry about it. What are we doing today?
We are going to a place called Newsome's RV, Surplus and More LLC.
And why are we going there?
Because this guy posted on Facebook, on the Brinkley Facebook, that he has like all these extra parts and pieces for Brinkley's. And so I just want to run over there and see if I can get a piece of wood. I have a little table that I bought from Target, believe it or not, that matches the furniture except for the wood. It irks me that it doesn't quite match everything.
I can see how that would irk you, Tony.
Yeah, and I was trying to replace the shade on one of the lights. I bent the thing and I can't get a light bulb into it, so I see if I can replace that too.
Apparently, if you need extra Brinkley parts and pieces and doodads, we know a guy.
Because we are in the birthplace of Brinkley's, by the way.
We're in the birthplace of 99% of RVs. One thing I will say about Shipshewana, if you are a person that likes horses, you will absolutely love this town, because Shipshewana is a big Amish community. You'll see beautiful, I think they're quarter horses, that they're very sleek and very beautiful, and they're pulling the buggies through town because that's how the Amish get around. But then you'll also go by these farms where there are giant draft horses, like big Belgian draft horses that are working in teams.
It's such a unique place. You go by these farms and they're stunning. They look like Joanna Gaines vomited on them.
Okay, we've yammered for too long. We are off to find extraneous Brinkley parts. We'll see you there.
It'll be fun.
I'm sure it will. Well, we have arrived, and it's quite the popular place. There's hardly any parking. All right, Tony, now let's go see what we can find.
Oh
Did
my
you find
God.
the comfy chair? Do we just get rid of the double recliner and just get two of those?
That's what Jill and Tanya did.
Yeah.
Sit in that.
There's only one problem.
There's only one of them.
Well, no, if we get this, I'm never going to go anywhere and do anything. I'm just going to nap in this big chair.
It is
Oh,
nice.
I can take a nap right now. Oh, I could be a big chubby guy and just take naps all day long. All right, Brinkley kids, here's the handles for all of your drawers in that Brinkley gold.
Heck yeah. These are the towel holders. I can put.
Oh, additional towels.
Yeah.
Extraneous RV lock doors. So this kind of reminds me, like when I was a kid, my granddad used to take me and my brother to the Army surplus store, and we'd find all kinds of stuff, old World War II Army helmets and things like that. That's what this reminds me of. It's like you're going on a scavenger hunt. Here you go. I think I found them. Or is that the one that's in the bedroom?
I think that's it. That's it.
This is the one that's in the bedroom. The one that we need is that one up there. That's the one we need. So if you have a kitchen faucet that's a problem for you, they got them here too, right here. You need the faucet for your bathroom sink, right there.
In case you need the replacement shades.
Oh, replacement shades. They have them in different sizes too. Did your human car wash break? Because they got those too. Yeah, if you're a Brinkley owner and you need some stuff, this is the place.
Wait. That's perfect.
Is that perfect for
It
it?
is perfect. It's a little
And it's the same
scruffy.
color too.
It's the same wood.
Is it long enough? We should have measured that thing
No,
before.
it's long enough. Trust me.
Tony Tal says it's long enough, so.
Yes, it's perfect.
All right, there you go. You got your tabletop. All right, Tony Tal, Newsome RV surplus and more. Thought?
I love that. If you're building anything to put in your rig and you want matching hardware, totally worth it. And Tim,
Yes,
Tim.
we met Tim Newsom, who's the guy that runs the place. Really nice guy.
Very sweet.
So that's it, kids. If you are Brinkley owners and you need Brinkley stuffs, Newsome RV surplus and more is the place.
It was just fun to walk around too.
Yeah.
I had to restrain myself.
Yeah.